Good day, everyone. I hope you have a good day today. The topic of this video is about God or goddesses. Is there really a God or gods? Let's analyze this and dig into the rabbit hole. It's just another rabbit hole, but to answer your question, it is yes or no. People should separate the material or this atomic to the uncreated or unatomic, because we're talking about two sources here, the material realm, or what they call the atomic, or I call it as one ego subconsciousness, and then the uncreated, the nothingness, the nirvana, or the non-existent, or the uncreated energy, black hole, whatever you may call this. So people should separate this, and with that in mind, we have a baseline of comparison. So yeah, lots of relig- religions here in this material realm believe in a god, and if you read their scriptures, it's been there on the sacred scriptures, in the Quran, Bible, or any religious or any religions. And majority of the people believe that the God is the one who created this reality. So that's the key. The creator of the material realm, that's the God. So in the Bible, it says there that this God who created this material realm created herself to materialize through the physicality of the living beings here, like humans, animals, and other species, or the so-called non-living. But there's not really non-living, because everything got its own will, or what they called atom, moving and contracting, behaving in different behaviors, and every atom got its own will. So if you think about this, so this material realm is the God. You as a material being here, materialized, already materializing here as a human, you are also considered as God. Everything here is a God. So that's the first premise. So a lots of new agers tell you this, that the this so-called unconscious, non-existent existing energy or uncreated energy is the source or God. If you think about this, it doesn't make sense that the uncreated or this nothingness fall or created herself as a mistake to become this material. I think we should separate this material God to the nothingness or this uncreated energy, because if you think about this, it doesn't make sense that the nothingness or the this uncreated energy or unatomic created, or what they called fall to materialize. It doesn't make sense, because it's already in the perfect state, so it doesn't make sense. So I think this creator of the material realm already existing. So this is what they called the characteristics of the source, this timeless, knowledgeable, always in the present, powerful, and ever present, is the characteristics of the this nothingness or the uncreated energy or anatomic. But this realm also got its characteristics, but mm, it's not timeless because we follow a linear time here. But to the nothingness, it's an illusion. Yeah. There you go. The material people, matrix people, NPCs, background characters, give you a clearer picture that the god of this material realm is this physical existence, or this material realm or existence. So everything here is her, the creator. So she created herself. In fact, she's following a cycle and always devouring just to create another life. That's why we have this cycle of death and rebirth. Yeah. Another premise is this uncreated energy or anatomic. If you're believing this, there is a saying from Nietzsche that God is dead. God is dead. The meaning behind this concept is that God really doesn't exist. So you better think deeply about this second premise that God is dead, that God doesn't really exist. If you're believing to a God, you it is automatic that you believe in the creator. So you're believing to a Satan, as what they called, or this demiurge, the one who created this material realm. So if you believe to a god, then you're believing to a Satan who is evil, who created this material realm that relies on devouring, lying, deceiving, cheating, manipulating, exploiting, and all the characteristics of a female. Yeah, but the New Agers will try to um, persuade you or delude you, or to influence you to go to this rabbit hole path that this uncreated energy fell uncreated energy fell, and um, it's the one experiencing itself. People should think deeply about this, because when we say uncreated energy, it's already in a total state. It also gives you the hint, God. What do you mean by God? What do you mean by God? So if you think about this, God means superiority. So yeah, superiority. If you compare the meaning of God to this uncreated or anatomic energy or nothingness, this nothingness, uncreated or anatomic energy, is really nothing. Really nothing. It's not superior, it's not inferior. It's in a totality state or perfect state that you can't put any words into it. You can't put any words or express words that you could describe this uncreated energy or anatomic. So it's already in the perfect state or totality state. It is not inferior, it's not superior. So, yeah. So, technically speaking, if you believe on this notion or second premise, it means that God doesn't really exist. But if you think about this, it's really the truth. God doesn't really exist. And once you woke up from this reality, you will experience it. That that this uncreated energy, or what they call nirvana, heaven on earth, they just exaggerate the feelings or experience of this unconsciousness experience, or this nirvana or heaven on earth experience. But if you think about this, it's really nothing, that you can't describe it through words. That's what you're gonna feel. It's hard to grasp for the normies or the matrix people or the background characters or a lot of people to grasp this concept. But yeah, the only way for you to grasp this concept is for you to experience the so-called enlightenment or endarkenment. Once you experience this, you will be disturbed on what you're gonna discover um, about this information. So actually, Nietzsche is right that God is already dead because God is really doesn't exist. So it also applies to the belief of the atheist, but the atheist cannot explain why they don't believe about God. They just believe, there's no God, yeah. But they can't explain why do they believe that there's no God. So if you if you lean towards to the second premise, there's really no God. And Buddha also debunked this. Um, Buddha debunked this through the concept of no self. Like, your material body is not you, your brain is not you, your physical avatar is not you, your senses, five senses are not are not are not yours, or you are not you. Your thoughts and mental formation are not you. Your experience, feelings are not you also. So if you think about this, there's no really self or what they call individuality, but majority of the people believe on this because they are also part of this created energy, or what they call demiurge. So right there, it gives you the hint through the beliefs of the matrix people or this NPCs, background characters. Like what I said in the past, outside of this material realm, there's nothing more. People should not believe with this astral realm, another reality, 4D, 5D, and all this shit. Another reality, or you will go to different reality or timeline. That's another rabbit holes that people believe. In fact, the more you expanded your awareness, or what they call consciousness, the more it simplifies everything. But people got a lots of programming and delusions. Yeah, people got a lots of programming or delusions because they're still cling to the so-called self or I. And in fact, that's also the god. And you may hear this, oh, you should be sovereign, you're the god here, you're the powerful, you're the most powerful here. Once you woke up, you're powerful, you can create your own reality. Yes, you got free will because of the information, but each choices that you will gonna make or choose got its own predetermined experience. So if you think about this, choice is illusion as well. Everything is predetermined. You may delude yourself. That's why free will is illusion to a bigger picture. Yes, you got free will because of this partiality state that we have, which is the material realm. But if you think about this, every choice will lead to another will lead to certain experience that will lead to another experience. So it's a chain reaction. So if you choose a choice, and that choice will be carry over to the next experience. So if you get what I mean. It's like choosing adventure book, choosing your adventure. So if we go back to the topic, yeah, God doesn't really exist. If you believe with the God, you are believing to the creator, or what they call Satan, demiurge, because that's the characteristics of a narcissist. Like what I said, God means superiority. Superiority. So if you compare this God, God, to the uncreated or anatomic energy, you can't call this as God, because it is not superior, it's not also superior inferior, it's not in a dual state, it's in a perfect state. I, I I I will not say totality, because it's also superior state. I just could say perfect state. So once you realize this, that the concept of no self, uh, yeah, you will realize that there's no really God outside of this material realm. The, this material realm is what it is. Outside of this, when you die, um, you'll go. Actually, you will not go. You will not go because there's nowhere to go. Because this non-existing energy or uncreated energy is being used to materialize this holographic reality that we live in. So Ati is right that there's no really God. Nietzsche is also right that God is dead, because once you liberated your consciousness, this is the hint: liberating your consciousness, because the consciousness is the consciousness, or this so-called perception reality, is the one creating duality, or creating this idea, the so-called God. If without consciousness there's no God, demiurge will not exist, everything would be in a perfect state. So the enemy is the consciousness. And people glorify this consciousness. Oh, once you woke up, you become truly conscious. No, it's a well-developed subconsciousness. You just realize that there's nothing outside of this realm. There's no really self. There's no God, and everything goes to nothing. That's it. Once you die, the individualized body or this consciousness stops. It will stop. That's it. That's the end of your game. If people accept this, then yeah, they will live their life with this nothingness experience, or uncreated energy, or nirvana, heaven on earth experience. They will experience this if they realize this, that there's no really God, or there's no really a self. If you believe with yourself, you're believing with the God. In fact, you're the God in the material form. You are the demiurge. You're the demiurge, the mind and body. Once this and body die, then yeah, this is the end of the individuality, or consciousness, the end of consciousness. That's the enemy, consciousness. And new agers will glorify this consciousness. Oh, I got the knowledge. I got the wisdom. And this consciousness is experiencing itself. In fact, this notion or idea of consciousness experiencing itself is in fact the demiurge, because this uncreated energy, or this anatomic, is non-existing. That's the experience when you woke up from this reality. So the fact that you believe with this consciousness experiencing itself, it's a rabbit hole of a new agers. New Agers, we're gonna delude you, try to sell their positivity biases and bullshit, and try to make you believe that there's really a God. The fact that you believe a God, it means that you're glorifying this material realm, which is the God, the superior, evil, narcissist, liar, deceiver, manipulator, or in short, bitch, who created this reality. So, yeah, that's a brief explanation to answer your question. Yes, there is a God, the material God. To the second concept, premise is there is no God. There's no really God outside of this that people believe that will come and save them, or these revelations, or Armageddon, purging. Oh, God will come and save us. Oh, we will not come here. We will not reincarnate. No, as long as this there is a holographic realm, which is, I believe, is also eternal. This atomic energy which cannot control itself. In fact, the free will of this holographic automatic one ego subconsciousness cannot control herself and keep creating, devouring. Every death is accompanied with another life. That's the cycle of this material realm, and it's eternal as well, like the characteristics of the uncreated energy, or the so-called anatomic black hole, nirvana, whatever you may call this. So yeah, it copies the perfect state, but this reality is really flawed. Everything here is evil. Gnostics debunk this, that material is evil because it has a lots of limitations. It's degenerating. It feeds through blood and suffering. It feeds through flesh and bodies, decay. It feeds through death. So yeah, unlike this no God or no self, no God, no self concept, it's not superior, it's not inferior, it's in a formless state, non-dual, timeless. What else? Knowledgeable. Every information is also um, is also on this second premise, which is the uncreated or unatomic energy. There's nothing to liberate because your individualized body is the one detecting this uncreated energy. Like what I said, there's nothing to liberate. um your individualized body is separate from this, and the ones using this uncreated energy for you to experience this perception based reality, which we call materialism or life. So probably that's all. To answer the question of there, if is there really a God? Yes, there is a God, but it is in a form of materialism, or what we call life. To a bigger picture, the most truth answer is God doesn't really exist. So those spirited individuals out here, that's their they need to accomplish. That's their role here. That's their goal. I mean goal, for them to realize this, that there's no really God, or they need to wake up. They need to wake up from this perception based reality, or what we call illusion, material realm, holographic matrix. That's what they should seek or achieve once in this lifetime. Life is too short. There's a lots of distractions. Um, mm, there's a lots of distractions for you not to discover this um, uncreated or this anatomic energy for you to wake up. So probably that's all. Peace.